Hello and welcome to another episode of History with Andy Akright. I'm Andy Akright. Today we are at the Wakarusa River Valley Heritage Museum, and we have a special guest, Miss Marin Massa, the president of the Clinton Lake Historical Society.
Hi, welcome to our museum. I want to show you our permanent exhibits that we have on hand. We start off with the Wakarusa communities, the first 20 years, and it goes through and shows the communities that were affected by the building of the Clinton Reservoir, whether they were within the lake area itself or surrounding countryside. They were all affected in some way or manner. Another permanent exhibit we have is Angels of Freedom, the Underground Railroad in the Wakarusa Valley. We talk about the abolitionists and the black families who lived in the area. Okay. The museum sits on the J.C. Steele home site. The museum was originally intended to be inside their home, but unfortunately during the building of the Clinton Reservoir, it was vandalized. So instead, we were put in the cow barn. But we reused a lot of the materials from the original home. The bricks that were made out of the clay from the Wakarusa River are part of our display here. And many of the stones that were part of the foundation are now in our stage outside. And the walnut trim inside has been reused in various parts of the museum. And this exhibit shows the dismantling of the museum and various pieces that came from it, and J.C. Steele himself. It was one of the grander homes in the valley at the time when it was first built, and they did it all by hand, nails and everything. Welcome to the Remembering Richland exhibit. We've recreated the downtown of Richland, Kansas. This was a significant town because it was one of the few towns in our area that actually had a downtown. It was the economic hub of the southeast corner of Shawnee County. And while it's not within the lake itself, it was affected by the building of the reservoir because it's within the floodplain. And it was one of the first towns or communities to be raised after the land was bought by the Corp of Engineers.
Okay, so check this out. We're in the museum, right? There's this big bell. This is the Richland bell. It's originally from the Evangelical United Brethren Church of Richland. It was cast in 1909. I gotta do this. One of the things that I found while visiting the Wakarusa River Valley Heritage Museum was that there is so much more than just the museum. As you're driving in, here's the road to Clinton Lake. Clinton Lake was built by the Army Corps of Engineers, and you see these rings with this windmill stand. That windmill stand represents Bloomington, and that was the site of Bloomington. And these 10 rings are in the topographical areas of where they would have been. 10 different spots on the Underground Railroad. And you might see this Bloomington, Kansas Avenue, 1857, east and west. Well, what does that mean? Can you see a road? The Wakarusa River Valley Historical Museum is not just a museum. It's a step back in time. Thank you for coming on this trip with us here at the Wakarusa River Valley Heritage Museum, and especially a big thank you to Marin Massa, the president of the Clinton Lake Historical Society. Thank you, Miss Massa.
Thanks for coming. Come again.
And thank you for watching this episode of History with Andy Akright. I'll see you next time.